Topic 2, communicating with radical candour. Hi Ellie, welcome to session 2, communicating with radical candour. We know that communication habits shape culture and psychosocial safety in a workplace. But basically what we're saying is that avoiding hard conversations allows small issues to fester into major conflicts. And by radical candour, this is my understanding of it, you're referring to striking the right balance between being too blunt and being too overly cautious. So what we're talking about here is delivering feedback in a clear, kind and constructive manner. Could you elaborate on that a bit further for me?
Absolutely, Liz. So what we're doing today is discussing a model by Kim Scott, and it's called Radical Candor, and it's a really simple model. It's about challenging directly but caring personally. So it's about stepping into conversations, making sure that we're having really good conversations, but they're underlined with empathy and care. So she has a very simple framework where she says how we can step into radical candour. And radical candour is high care and high challenge. So we're still challenging, we're still saying what needs to be said, but we're doing that with a high amount of care. The other way that we can look at this is the other quadrants, is runeous empathy, where it's high care and low challenge. So perhaps in that instance, what we're doing is we care too much, so we don't say anything at all. You know, sometimes when you see someone walk out with their fly undone, and we don't say anything because we're worried about hurting their feelings, but we let them walk around all day with their fly undone. So that's probably not a good place to be. The next one is obnoxious aggression, which is low care and high challenge. Now, this is where we have those people who say, I am who I am, and I just say it how it is. Not always the best way to be. We still have to have a level of empathy and care. And it's not okay to just say it how it is, because that can come across as bullying and harassment. And the last one is manipulative insecurity, which is low care and low challenge. Again, where perhaps we step right out of having those conversations, or we have those backdoor conversations, those water cool conversations where we don't have them directly. So what we want to do is encourage leaders to practice radical candour, where there's high care and also high challenge. And that's, again, that really ideal conflict point that we've talked about, where we're stepping into those conversations in a psychologically safe way.
So the model, it's very helpful telling you how not to be. And if you recognise yourself in one of those quadrants, that's not the best way to go. How do you then shift into the quadrant you should be in?
Absolutely. So it's about challenging ourselves to step into those conversations differently. So if we're avoiding, perhaps what we need to do is ask for feedback, is to step into those conversations, ask more questions, ask for feedback, seek that kind of two-way conversation. If we're probably challenging too much, perhaps we're talking too much. Perhaps we need to ask more questions again, listen more. Again, think about, read the signals of the person that we're talking to. If they're shutting down, then perhaps we're not caring enough, or no, we're not using enough understanding and empathy. So it's a two-way street in communication.
So key takeaways for our viewers?
Absolutely. So really we want to balance our care and challenge and make sure that our feedback is really about caring personally and challenging directly and moving towards radical candour. We want to use empathy, we want to time it, we want to make it constructive. We want to build trust by being honest and kind and open with our feedback. Really, really important for leaders. And, we really want to build trust by modelling really good role modelling, being kind, being honest, being open and being collaborative in our conversations.
And you've got a bit of a toolkit for our viewers, a bit of a practical worksheet, as it were.
Absolutely. So what we've done is outline the model, because there's a lot in it, and we've also given some tips to see what does it look like what are we hearing, perhaps what are we seeing, what's coming out of our mouths. And if we're seeing those things, we might be able to target and say, ooh, perhaps I'm not practicing radical candor. And then we've got some tips and tricks to shift you up into radical candor.
Oh, so you've actually got little phrases there, do you?
Absolutely. We've got some phrases that you can try out because, again, we know that this is hard. So we've got some phrases that perhaps can shift that conversation to a more radical candor way.
Oh, well, that sounds excellent, and I'm sure our viewers will get a lot out of it.
Amazing. Thank you, Liz.
Thanks, Ellie.